Good morning. Hola. We're starting over again. Let's pray this time works. I'm just going to wait for my friend Shana. We don't want to make this too long. So I am praying this time it works because, guys, you want to hear from her and you want to hear why, after trying everything and so many products, why I decided to come here, to be here and share my new journey with you guys. I hope you guys are following me. I hope you guys are following my stories because I share everything. I'm talking about it. I'm sharing everything with you guys. And you guys know I keep it 100. So let's wait and see if this works. Okay. Let's pray. Let's pray. Accept. Please. Please, Addie. Please let it work. It says adding, so let's make sure it works. Okay, again, I don't see you and I can't hear anything. Why is this happening? Why is this happening?
Oh, now I do. Talk
Oh,
again.
I hear you, but I can't see you. So we're just gonna roll with it.
Okay, well, I can hear I like you're very low. I can hear you like really, really low. So yeah, I don't know why. I have no clue.
Okay, this is crazy and this is wild, but let's just pray that once we're done with the video, people can see both of us.
I can see you.
Okay, well, I think that's good then. Let me see. See on the computer, I see me and I see you.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Okay, so as long as you can hear me, because I do have a few questions for you, Shauna, and as long as you can hear me, we're just gonna roll with this.
Awesome. Yeah, I can hear you. It's just really, really low.
But you can understand everything I'm saying, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. So, okay, guys. So, you guys know I am Carmen, and you guys have followed my journey since what, maybe 13 years ago when I started with my very first health and wellness company. And since my first company, I haven't been able to lose the weight. I always keep losing the same 5, 10 pounds, the same 5, 10 pounds. Whenever I try something new, it's always the same 5, 10 pounds, and then it doesn't work anymore. So after trying so many products, you guys know that losing my mama was the hardest thing ever. And I remember telling my friend, I'm gonna try this one product. If this doesn't work, I'm coming for you, because it's like I've tried it all, guys. Like seriously, pills, coffee, drinks, patches, shakes, everything. Even the wraps. Remember the wraps from that other company many years ago? Anyway,
That was my
so
first company.
oh my goodness, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So, anyway, guys, here I am trying my new journey, and I hope you guys are following me because I'm sharing everything. I'm gonna start being more open about it because, hey, you know me. So, let me introduce you guys to my beautiful friend, Shauna. She has always been my good friend. Whenever I would go to her and say, "Hey, I'm gonna try this," she would say, "Carmen, you know what you need to do." So, Shauna is a registered nurse. She's a nutritional health coach, and she has done amazing with this product. And hopefully, she shares that with us. But her testimonial is just crazy. So, Shauna, tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, well, I mean, you did a really good job. My name, my name is Shanna. I am a registered nurse and I am a mom of four, and I also have a certification in integrative nutritional health coaching. And the reason why I tell you all of that part is because of how this story starts. It starts off with somebody who I thought I would never ever touch this stuff. So and Carmen we've been friends for a very long time. Carmen can tell you I do not hold back on anything. If I do not like something and I'm opinionated about it, I'm saying it. I'm just putting it out there. And I think it's even been like a struggle between me and you, because sometimes you're like, Shanna, that pissed me off that you said that, right? Because I'm just open about it. And so I was very openly against this to begin with. And I
Mhm.
think that that's a really important part of the story, because knowing that, it's like, well, what changed my mind, right? And so as time was going on, I'm seeing people talk about, and I'm going to call it GLP right now because I just don't want anything to be flagged on here, but it's the GLP, okay? And I started seeing all of these people talking about it online, and they were calling it the skinny, the
Oh.
skinny shot.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were calling it that. And now that word, even the word skinny, just like gets underneath my skin. And if you're somebody who has had a weight problem, I'm sure you understand that. But I was hearing it all over, and I'm like, I'll never put that in my body. There's no way. And what happened is I started seeing a lot of the holistic practitioners that I love and follow start to talk about this and start to recommend it. And I'm like, there must be something that I am missing here, right? Because I mean, your initial reaction to it is you're like, oh my gosh, that's the stuff that everybody's losing all this, on pounds on. I'm going to say pounds because that's going to be easier before they get you in trouble too. Okay, and so I went down the rabbit hole. I started doing all this research. Meanwhile, my husband actually went in for his triglycerides and cholesterol. They put him on a medication. He was an emergency situation and could not take the medication because he had a reaction. And they basically suggested this to him. And
Mm.
so everything just started aligning where I was like, there's got to be something to this. So I started digging in and learning. And you don't know what you don't know. A lot of people are like, well, you're a nurse, didn't you know? No, because this isn't something that they really teach you. And so I had to go down that rabbit hole and really, really start to learn about peptides. And when I did, I was shocked to know that it was so much more than just the pounds. Okay.
Mm.
And that it's more natural than I even understood. Right. And so we decided to go on that journey. And together, I believe it's about like 130 pounds that we've lost together. But I just stepped on the scale yesterday, and I lost 100 pounds from my highest weight, and I now weigh around 148, which I have not seen the 140 since I was in middle school. Since
That's
I was in middle school,
amazing.
okay. But here's the thing. That's not even the most exciting part. Cause like, yeah, that rocks. I'm not gonna lie. From going from a size 24 to now I'm in a size 6, like that's insane. Okay. But what is most exciting is my lab work, is how I look on paper. Is not this outside that everybody sees, it's what's actually going on inside my body. And I just got my lab work back yesterday, and all of my cholesterol, my triglycerides, my inflammation markers, everything went down. I was
Wow.
literally just like, I'm blown away by this because it's so much more than just those pounds. And I think that it's so hard for somebody to grasp that because of what they've been exposed to on the internet. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's literally changed our entire lives. My husband did not go on it for the pounds at all. He went on it for his cholesterol, triglycerides. Within months, his numbers all went from red to green. I mean, it was insane. And then he lost about 25 pounds along the way as well. That wasn't his initial intention, but he did. And, we're feeling great. I mean, we have literally, when I say that we have tried every single thing out there, I mean, Carmen, I know because I've been with you on this journey, but like I've been in this space for almost 13 years now, and I have tried every health supplement there is out there. I've been on weight loss plans. I have been on nutrition plans. I have hired, trainers. I've spent, I'm not even going to tell you how much I spent on supplements. It's insane. I mean, there was times that Brandon was like, holy crap, babe. Like hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month
Yeah.
on these supplements that because you know what it is that when you're in a situation like Carmen, you and I, where you're past that age or going into either the perimenopausal, menopausal stage, your body does not work the same. The same things that used to work for you when you were younger, that it doesn't work for you anymore. And when
Exactly.
you're in that state where you feel hopeless, where you're like you're like, oh my gosh, like none of this is working for me. I am now feeling like I'm broken, like something is wrong with me, you know. And that is what made me decide, I'm like, you know what, I really have to look at this and give this a chance because nothing else worked. Like I have no hope at this point. And so to know that something finally, and it's not just me, guys, it's my entire inbox with everybody who's trying this. It's like you feel this joy because finally those same people who have been through this with me for years are in my inbox celebrating with me. And
Yes.
you just have that, you're crying together because it's phenomenal that after all these years you've seen these people struggle and then something is finally working. So
And
I
that
mean, that's
that's
my story.
so
I even have
awesome.
more. I mean, I'm off 5 medications now. I had all kinds of comorbidities with that. I had PCOS. If you're somebody who struggles with that, you know how hard it is to lose those pounds. Um, I had endometriosis, high
Mm.
blood pressure, high cholesterol, high triglycerides. I had my hormones. Oh my gosh. So I was estrogen dominant, if you know what that means. And it goes on. And I was on 5 medications and now it's like my entire life changed. So I'll be screaming this from the rooftops,
That is
nobody's going to stop
so
me.
awesome. I love to hear that, Shana, because just how you feel, I'm beginning to feel that excitement too, because it's gonna be 2 weeks. I'm gonna be weighing myself every week, but it's like it's not only the pounds, it's the how you feel, you know?
Well, I can see your cheekbones more,
Yeah,
Carmen. No,
and yeah, look.
seriously. Like as I'm sitting here like I was listening to you when we first got on here, and I'm like, I can see your cheekbones. Like you definitely have been losing some inflammation already, for sure.
Lots. Yeah, I can feel it. I can see it, and it's just so amazing. So, so let me ask you. So many people hear about, this peptides and this GLP, and but don't really understand what they are. Can you explain to us what they are and what they do?
Absolutely. And you're not alone. I was that person too. But so when I went down that rabbit hole and started doing my research, we actually produce peps in our body already. So even
Hmm.
if you're like sitting there eating a steak, when you start chewing a steak, you develop peptides in your body, right? So like we already produce them. And with GLP, we produce that in our bodies already. So that's in your stomach, in your brain. I mean, it's basically the signaling system that our body carries, okay? And it's as simple as this. I'm going to try to break it down so simple that you guys are like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy." Okay? They are a small chain of amino acids. So if you've ever taken like collagen peptides, so collagen peptides, when people come into my inbox and they're like, oh my gosh, you're taking those peptide things? Like, I'll never jump on that bandwagon. I'm like, oh, really? Do you take collagen? I'm like, if you take collagen, then you take peptides. And usually a full panel of 9 amino acids is a collagen peptide. Okay. So we already produce this stuff in our bodies, just like we already produce collagen. Okay. So when you are supplementing with that collagen peptide, this is exactly what we're doing with GLP. We are supplementing our bodies with the same exact peptide we already make. And what it does is it's like this messenger system, right? What GLP specifically does is it sends messages cell to cell to tell our bodies to do something really important. And that's like repairing, sleeping, our hormonal balance, our metabolism, okay? Insulin, by the way, is a peptide, okay? So when people are like, this is all new, it's so scary, I'm like, guys, GLP has been around for over 2 decades already.
Wow.
Okay. So this is not new. We already know what the side effects are going to be. We already know the long term effects of this. Okay. So it's like a signaling system that's going cell to cell and it's sending this little text message. And what winds up happening, have you ever been frustrated because you were trying to send a text message and you get that circle? You cannot send it. Like, no matter what you're doing, you want to throw your phone across the room. Okay. That's our bodies. That's what's happening with GLP. It's literally as time goes on, those signals, instead of sending very beautifully and our body's working. Remember our 20s, Carmen? When our body, we could jump off the back of a truck and be like, woo, I can land beautiful. I feel great. I'm agile. All of that was working then. But as
Yeah.
time goes on, just like your collagen production that breaks down after time, the text messages start circling and circling. They can't get through. They can't get through. So what GLP does is it helps it get through. It helps those signals get through. It repairs your signaling system. Next thing you know, you're feeling amazing. You feel like you're young again. You're more agile. You're not having those dips in your energy. You're starting to not think about food 24/7. Okay. That's a huge one. I don't know how many times I was in the middle of meals and I was thinking about my next meal. Or, like there were times I didn't realize it until I didn't have it. But there were times where I ruined a lot of our activities when I think about it. My kids would want to go to the shore to go on rides. And here I am, like keeping them from going on there because I'm like, ooh, we got to go have a sausage sandwich. Ooh, we got to go have these fries. And my kids are like, Mom, come on, and I'm like, oh, this is my time. We're going to eat. And now it's so different. When I'm there with my kids, I'm present. I want to have fun with them. I want to go on the rides with them. I want to do these things. And so, again, a peptide helps that signaling system work. So, all of those great feelings that you had when you were in your 20s and early 30s, they all come back. And it feels amazing.
It sure does. It sure does. Because it's funny how you were saying that, but the food noise. I was in my kitchen yesterday getting ready to make breakfast, and I'm there standing in front of the fridge, and I'm asking my husband, "What do you want to have for breakfast?" Because nothing sounded like good. Like I wasn't hungry, but I know I need to eat. So I ended up making a bowl of cottage cheese with fruit, and it was the most delicious thing ever. So that was so good, but it's so true. Um, so my next question for you is, who is GLP good for? Because it's not just for weight loss.
Absolutely. And I think that that's the missing piece for most people. They just think that, or they think it's only there for your appetite. And
Yeah.
absolutely not, guys. Okay. So if you're somebody who struggles with insulin resistance, which I'm going to tell you as a nurse, guys, hate to burst your bubble, but over 80% of the population suffers with insulin resistance. So over
Mm.
80% of the population is going to have some benefits from a GLP, period, right? The very first thing that a GLP does is inflammation. It reduces your inflammation, and that is the first thing that you will see right away. Okay, is that all of a sudden your rings are going to start rolling around, your face is gonna, you're gonna be like, oh wow, like I actually have a jawline, like things like that. And it's guys, why that's important is because that's the root of all disease, right? So that's the very first thing it does. So if you are a person who has inflammation, you should be on a GLP. If you are a person who has PCOS, oh my gosh, if you're not on this and you still haven't educated yourself on this, oh my gosh, we have a couple podcasts that Carmen can give you that you can watch. It'll be life changing for you. But absolutely, you should be on this. If you are somebody who is in that perimenopause, menopause phase, okay, we know that there's a lot of inflammation. You get that brain fog. The reason why we get the brain fog is the information and inflammation in our brain, right? So this is literally going to help so many people with so many things. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to be compliant here and not go through diseases, okay? But go and look this up, or we can give you a podcast and you can see what it does with your cardiovascular health, with your bone health. I mean, it goes on and on. So it's so important to really research this, like I went down that rabbit hole, because it's not just for the pounds at all. In fact, it's more for these other things than it is for pounds. And it's not just about quieting the food noise. It has so much more to do with that.
And, and I agree 100% because that was the one of the first things I noticed. Maybe like 3, 4 days into it, I noticed it on my face. I'm like, wow. I even told my husband, I just feel lighter. I feel so good. Like the energy, it makes you get up and do things.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. Um, also, you mentioned something I forgot, but let me ask you this. So let's talk about the side effects. I have someone who is very interested, but she told me that all of her friends that have used this glib have had tremendous side effects. So let's talk about the side effects. People say that you'll have the Sempic phase and hair loss, getting sick. Can you explain that for us, please?
Yeah. Okay. So again, I'm somebody who keeps it real and I don't BS at any time. So I will say to you that no matter what you take, it doesn't matter if you take a medication from your doctor, it doesn't matter if you take a supplement. I mean, I can't tell you how many times that people have taken like probiotics from me and then came back to me and was like, oh my God, my stomach is a mess. And I'm like, okay, you got to give it the time that it takes to work first. Like I get it. At first, when you're introducing something new to your stomach, it's not going to be pretty. It's like, what's going on? Your body is like freaking out, right? So, as far as side effects, I'm not going to tell you you're never ever going to have any because some people can, okay? And I can tell you those reasons why you would. But I want to talk about the myths. And what I want to talk about is the first thing is Zempic face, okay? Guys, sometimes I want to be like, I want to like knock on somebody's head and be like, are we using our brains here? Like, this is biology, right? Like, you've learned this in school, okay? Nutrition class, if you had one, okay? That it doesn't matter whether you're on the GLP or whether you're doing another diet like keto or you're in a calorie deficit and you're not getting your vitamins and you're not getting your nutrients and all of those things, right? And you're losing weight rapidly. Things like you having saggy skin from where you lost your weight, okay? Things like your hair falling out and being thinner, okay? All of those things happen no matter what you're doing. If you are in a calorie deficit and you are doing extreme weight loss, and that is why you're hearing about all these side effects. But the crazy part is it's not the GLP. It's literally anything that you do. I Let me tell you a story. When I went on a keto diet a very long time ago, actually it was Atkins. If you can remember Atkins, let's go back,
Mhm.
right? And I was on that diet way back when I was younger, and I lost a crap ton of weight when that happened. My hair was falling out. My skin was all saggy on my legs. because I had lost that weight so rapidly, and
Mm.
I didn't know about nutrition back then. I just knew I wanted to lose that, right? So I didn't take my vitamins that I needed for my nutrients, right? And I was just putting my body into this calorie deficit, but it was so rapid weight loss that that was happening. So how do you fix that? You do the right things. You learn the habits that you need to learn to be doing this, because this is just a tool, guys. It's not
Yeah.
this like miracle thing. You take it and you're like, oh, now I'll just, sit back and not eat anything, and like that's a flex. That's not a flex to not eat anything, okay? You have to have the right diet, you have to have the right nutrition, still be taking your vitamins, and still have those electrolytes, all of those things, so you're keeping up with yourself. So if those people that came to you and said, oh my God, I had the worst side effects, okay, then one of two things happened. Their dose was too high, okay, because
Mm.
sometimes when we go up in dosage, we start to get that nausea, and that's normal, because we're again introducing our bodies to a new dose, right? Or somebody is literally not eating and they think that's a flex. They're like, oh, I'm good. Like I lost 5 pounds, but I have hardly eaten in the last, week. Well, no, you have to eat and you have to do the right things. And that's why I love this platform, because that we're in, because they help you to know how to do all of those things. So every single week we have an educational series, and they have nutritionists on there talking about it. We ourselves on our team, I've created a e-guide where it tells you exactly what to eat, what to buy, when you go grocery shopping, what to get, all of those things. When you're doing the right things, those side effects won't be there. They won't be there. But they like to. You ever hear like the squeaky wheel, right? They're the ones that they're the ones who are taking too much of the medication because they're like living in a microwave society and they want to lose those pounds really quickly, right? So they go up in their dosage and they're like, oh my God, I feel like crap. Oh my God, my stomach is doing that. Well, yeah, because that's not the dose for you. You shouldn't be doing that. And
Mm.
sometimes people are buying this stuff. I mean, if you go and look out there, all over the place, they have this, they're selling this stuff off of the gray market, sitting on a shelf, some powder that somebody's making in a kitchen, and then they're taking that, okay, they're buying it off some friend of a friend or somebody on TikTok, and then they're wondering why they're sick. Well, it's because you literally have no guidance, you don't know what you're taking, and you don't know the dosage that you're taking, right? So that is why it gave us a bad name, because so many people, it's not the blip, it's you. That's it. A lot of people that are having like, as far as like nausea and things like that, it's always when you're going up in a dose or you're not eating properly. Those
Okay.
are the things that really true, and you can get that. You can get that. That's not a false thing. It's just like if you decided to go up on, let's say you were taking a supplement, let's say you were taking B12, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I think I'm deficient, I'm going to take another one. And some of you guys are like, woo, okay, that was too much for me. I'm getting tingles. It's same thing, right? So, yeah.
It makes sense because I have seen several people that they'll make a post and they say, I have a contact and you can get it for so cheap a month. And I wonder, but they don't even have a prescription. They don't even have a provider. So they're not getting the real thing, right?
So they could be getting some of the real thing. The problem is that we don't know what's in it, because it's not coming from a 503A pharmacy like with us, right? We have no clue what's in it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I have people coming into my inbox all the time, and of course they do that because that's the cheap way. Guys,
Hmm.
this isn't like a knockoff purse.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay? This is knockoff meds. You're like injecting this stuff, right? Into your body. So people will come into my inbox and be like, "Oh, I got this off of TikTok, this influencer on TikTok, but I need your help." And I'm like, "Well, what?" And they're like, "Well, I don't know how to mix this stuff and I got to take it." And I'm like,
Wow.
I'm sorry to tell you, but I can't help you. I can't, like they're legally not able to give them any kind of dosage information. So they're literally taking like double the amounts, triple the amount, because they don't know any better. And so unfortunately, when you're doing things like that, there's another story that, my friend Julie, one of her best friends, wound up in the ICU because it had E. coli in it. Because that
Oh,
powder, when they went to go mix it, it had E. coli in it. So that's the thing. And she wound up in the ICU. She could have died. And so with all of that, and that's what I don't agree with out there. I don't agree with what's going on in this space. You have to have it with doctor supervision, with somebody who knows what they're doing, not just somebody who's going to give you something and just like leave you on your own. Like, then I can't help you guys. I'm sorry. Don't come in my
yeah,
inbox. I can't.
that would be so scary. And I've seen so many people going that route because they don't want to pay for the real thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I always tell my friends, because I was talking to another friend and she said, well, I've been trying this, but I haven't had any results. So I'm like, I just got started. I'm just learning everything. It could be maybe they're not giving you the real thing. Maybe
It's the
they're not giving
purity.
you.
It's the purity. I mean, I see it all the time. People will come to me and say, I've been on a GLP, but I'm not losing weight like you. So what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm on a GLP, but maybe it's where you're getting it from, right? And the next thing you know, they come and they start this and they're like, Shanna, I've lost 7 pounds. I haven't lost any weight in this time. And I'm like, yeah, purity matters, guys. We're 99.9% purity. It
Yeah,
matters.
yeah. So if someone gets the GLP without a doctor's assessment, because that's what I love, that we do have a doctor's assessment and a provider, and our pharmacy is the 503A, which is like they follow strict regulations, right?
Yes. And what's really nice about our platform is we actually own our pharmacy.
Hmm.
So that does not happen out there. There's other companies, they do not own their pharmacy. You can actually go to the website of their manufacturer, of where they're getting it from, and order it from there.
Wow.
Like,
Okay.
cheaper. Right? So the thing is, with us, we have our own pharmacy, and we're made to order peptides. And what does that mean? So we actually, when you go to place your order, you're going to get GLP, but then you're also going to get a free compound. So we either compound it with B12, L-carnitine, or glycine, which,
Mm.
and you can choose. It's made to order for you. We make the peptides, send it to your household, right? So it's 99% purity. It's triple filtered. You're talking about all the testing, and you know what you're injecting into your body, which is a huge deal. Okay.
Yes,
Made in the
yes.
USA, you're getting top quality peptides. And that is why I chose here. Because I mean, I went down that rabbit hole and I started doing research. I started looking at all the different types, right? Like, I mean, that you can, like I said, you can buy it off of your friend's friend that got it from a med spa, that got it from his gym bro, right? Like, but for me, I was going to make sure that if I'm putting my name on something and telling my friends to use it, if they want results like I got, where I lost 100 pounds, okay, like, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh yeah, go get it from here, because you never know. Here, you get 24/7 access to the doctor. So the minute that you get your peps to your doorstep, you can log in to a patient portal and talk to the doctor. You can message the doctor 24/7. Okay. So you have all of that access. And then every single week, you get an educational series from a doctor, a nutritionist, a holistic practitioner that does these trainings on what a GLP is, how to eat
Mhm.
on one, what are the lifestyle habits that you need to have, all of those things. So they basically, to put it in a nutshell, they handhold you here. You have all the tools for you to succeed. There's like, it's almost like you want to be like, there's no way that you can unless you just quit, if you just quit on yourself. So that's what made a difference for me. I knew that if I'm putting my name behind something and I'm sharing this with my nurse friends and all of that, that they're going to have a place that it is safe and that you can trust to use these things, and that the purity is 99.9%. I'm just saying.
99.9. I'll take it. You kind of answered my last question, but I still want to ask you that question. Before I ask you the last question, um, do you know roughly how many peptides we have, the company has?
So we have about, I believe it's around 20 some now. They actually just launched 7 peptides in the last month and a half.
Wow. Okay.
So the innovation, by the way, I'm just going to tell you, I can feel so proud to represent this company because the innovation that this company has, we're way ahead of the game, right? I mean, anything that you can possibly think of, because we have our own pharmacy, we talk to the company owner and they're like, sure, let's get that. This just happened with my friend. She was like, I'm having so much trouble sleeping. It's so like, I don't know, I've taken every medication out there, I have so much trouble sleeping, and they're like, okay, let's get the sleep peptide, let's go. Within weeks we got that. So the innovation here, there's so many other peps besides GLP, so many other peps. Something for beauty. If you are somebody who is a collagen lover, we have a peptide that is called GHKCU, which they like to call our beauty peptide, even though it's so much more. But if you can think of the benefits that collagen has times 100, that's
Wow.
literally what you're getting. So I took it for 2 months. Okay, my skin was glowing, tighter. My cousin went on this, and she was like telling me, she's like, Shanna, I'm only a month in, but I feel like all of my wrinkles are starting to like fade. Is it in my head, or is this really happening? And so your joint aches, your hair, your nails, all of those things, we have a beauty peptide for. We have another peptide that we like to call exercise in a bottle. It's literally like you are going in and going to the mitochondria of your cell and setting up your AMPK, which gives you that metabolic boost. You've got energy, it's sending that same signal that you have when you exercise. So your body is taking this like you're exercising. I mean, it goes on and on. I can't go through all the peptides here, guys.
Wow.
Sorry,
I,
but
I I
we
need
do
those
have a
too.
long list.
For sure, those are going to be on my list for next. So my last question, Shauna, and I do want to say thank you for being here with me. Why did you choose Ellie, and how can someone get started with this business?
Sure. So I chose, again, I'm going to reiterate this one part, which is the safety, right? The safety, me knowing and trusting what I'm injecting into my body.
Yes.
Okay, so that was one of the main reasons. The second reason was the innovation. I know that we will always be above and beyond. We're even looking into now HRT, hair exosomes, okay, for hair growth. I mean, everything that you can think of that's coming down the line, we're going to have first. I mean, it's just, we're the OGs, okay? And to tell you the truth, what's crazy is our company in the last full year, we made $100 million. So that should tell you how many people are looking
Wow.
into this, right now. It's everywhere. But another reason why I did is because I feel like this company like is something that anybody can do. So anybody can be a pointer. Like you can literally just say to somebody, if they look at you and say, oh my gosh, you've lost so much weight. I can't tell you how many people have done that. And it's like, Shanna, you're half of yourself. Oh my God, what are you doing? Right. And I'm like, this is what I do. This is what I use. And this is the platform that I trust. Next thing you know, they're using it. Right. So it's pointing to a telehealth platform that literally does everything for you. They've got your customer service, they've got the doctors, they have the education, all of it. We don't have to do anything. So for me, that was a huge deal because I also know some other providers, like people who are chiropractors and they have their own med spas and things like that. So I wanted it to be where they didn't have to take away from the business they were already doing. They could just give a QR code out and somebody buy from them, right? So for me, those are definitely the reasons. And how you can get started. I mean, I want to talk first about how simple it is to order. Like this is literally how simple it is to order. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot stand going to doctor's appointments. I don't want to get in my shower and get all prepped up and all this so that I go to a doctor. I just can't do it, right? So I was so excited to know that you could literally just go in, pick your peptide, fill out the medical form. It goes over to the doctor approves it, and it gets delivered to your doorstep. It's like that simple. So when you do decide to do this, you don't have to get ready. You don't have to do any kind of extra steps. You just go through that process from the comfort of your home and it gets delivered to your doorstep. It's that simple. And then if you decided that you wanted to go and share this with other people, then you would pay $79 to get started. Okay. And that what that's going to do is going to allow you to be able to share your link with other people, but also on top of that, you get paid on your own order.
Yeah,
So it's like you're getting this discount on your peps as well. So it's a big reason why people wind up jumping in because I mean, come on, who doesn't want to get a discount on their own order, right? Especially with peps, that doesn't happen out there. So that's really cool. And if you want more information on how to get started or how the payment works here or anything like that, just get in Carmen's inbox and we can send you something to let you know exactly the breakdown of how you get paid if you decided to share this. But it only makes sense, especially if you're on a GLP already. People are asking you. They're asking you. They're like, what are you doing? And it just makes sense. Here is a place I know, love, and trust. That's it. And then you can make commission on that, on anybody who winds up purchasing from you. So
that's
hopefully that
that's
answered
so
everything.
that's so awesome, Shana. I just want to say thank you so much, and I do want to mention one thing that I have been. Tomorrow is going to be my second week, and I haven't had any side effects. I haven't been constipated. I've been, eating my protein, my fiber, my water. So I haven't had any side effects whatsoever. Haven't been nauseated, constipated, or anything. I mean, the only side effect is that I'm walking every day.
That's awesome. It gave
And
you
I
that
just,
motivation to do it.
yeah, I just love it. My husband is like, you look, I don't know, but you look different. Yeah, less inflammation for sure. But anyways, thank you so much, Shana, and I appreciate your time. And we'll see you guys around again. Thank you, everybody that was here. If you have any questions, comment below or message me. But thank you again, Shana, and we'll see you around.
Thanks for having
Bye.
me on. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.